Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Jamie Knox with the Burning Sage, and today I'm breaking down warrior poses. So, a warrior is ideally both strong but also calm, and grounded but also graceful, right? So we practice warrior poses in yoga to channel that inner warrior within us so that when we're off the mat and we're facing something that is difficult, we can bring that same sensation back, become grounded and graceful, strong and calm. So let's start with Warrior One. Warrior One will be at the back of your mat usually, but for now I'm going to do it here. For Warrior One, your hips need to be square to the front of the room. So square to the front of your mat. They're not sideways, they are square. So usually that means that your legs need to be on two separate tracks. So not one right in front of the other. Okay, so what you would do is you would find your Tadasana first, your mountain pose, and then step 1 foot forward. So I'm going to step my right foot forward. So I'm in two separate tracks. Now, if your heel starts to come up or you're twisted to the side, you just need to widen your legs out. So stepping them wider and closer together will give you more straight hips. So in warrior, whichever foot is in front is bent. So you'll bend your knee, but you want to make sure that your knee is not going past your toes. So Warrior One, spread your toes wide, make sure your hips are square, your heel is down, your back leg is straight. Here, have a little bit of tuck of your tailbone, so send your tail down towards the mat. So send your belly button towards your spine. Get a little chest is lifted, but remember the ribs stay in, just like mountain pose, and shoulders are down. Now you might find that your yoga teacher asks you to bring your hands to your chest in Anjali Mudra, which is your prayer pose. And sometimes warrior will be done with your arms out, down. You may have your pointer finger and thumb clasped together. Here you can find a back bend even. But if you are going to go for a back bend, make sure you really sit your belly button to the spine and tuck your tailbone before you find your back bend. Because if you just go into a back bend, that's going to kink your spine like this. But if you tuck your tail first and do a back bend, you're going to get some lift. I hope that was easily seen. Let me show you from the side. So I'm in two separate tracks. My front knee is bent and I can still see my toes. I'm spreading them wide. I'm hugging in towards the midline of my body. I'm tucking my tailbone down, right? So if I want to find a back bend here, bend the knees. I'm going to bring this arm down so you can see. First, tuck the tailbone, find length. So lift and then find a back bend, as opposed to just kinking your back up. So, Warrior One. Warrior Two. Warrior Two is different. Warrior Two, your hips are to the side. You'll be on the side of your mat. Usually take the whole length of your mat. Your heel of your front foot should be either in line with the heel of the back foot or in line with the arch. I prefer the arch of the foot. This is a wide stance. As you bend your front knee, you want to still see your toes, and your knee is going to want to go towards the inside of your body. Try to avoid that, bring it back out. So here, hips are to the side of the room. Your back toes are turning in, your heel is down, your back leg is straight. Bend that front knee, go where you go. Make sure your tailbone's tucked and your belly button's moving towards your spine. Arms come out to the side. We tend to either be a little bit forward or a little bit back in warrior pose. And energetically, that could mean you're a little bit stuck in the future or worried about the future or a little bit stuck in the past. So come to the present, stay in your pose, become grounded and graceful, become strong and calm. Hug everything towards the midline of your body. And this is a very powerful pose. You'll usually turn to look over your middle finger and find a spot that's not moving. Connecting to your breath, sink into the pose. Warrior three. So that was warrior two. Warrior three, I find, is best done from warrior one. So I'm going to do warrior one to the side. Warrior three is challenging, and there's many different levels to it. So we'll take all of it. So finding warrior one, remember your legs are on two separate tracks. They're not one right behind the other. Hug everything in, bend that front knee. You'll begin to lean forward. I'm going to take my hands to my hips just to have some stability here. So you'll begin to lean forward, keeping that front knee bent. This can be your warrior three. You can be here. You can bring them out to the side, back behind you. It'll be most challenging to bring it out in front of you and try to get your back straight. If that feels secure for you and you want to take it up a notch, begin to just lift that back foot. Flex the foot strong, square the hips. Keep the belly button moving towards the spine. Eventually your leg will be parallel to the floor, so it's a balancing pose. Arms can be at the heart center, out to the side, behind you, and the most challenging, they'll be right in front of you. So please practice these poses and allow them to just wash over you. You don't have to get it perfectly right. The most important thing is alignment, so slow down. Make sure you're always checking in, hugging in, tucking your tailbone, and that you can see your toes in your warrior poses. Thank you very much. I'll see you at the next video. Namaste.